I'm going to start this review with a controversial statement. I've never really understood the hype behind 2D Mario. It may be because I never grew up with it, but I've always found them to be too basic and have enjoyed my time with other series like Donkey Kong Country and Celeste far more by comparison. The moveset always felt too floaty, I saw the world designs as too basic, and I've always ended up stopping from boredom before rolling credits. Mario Maker kept me engaged for a dozen or so hours, but on the whole it never fully hit with me either. Everything was at a loss. That was until Mario Wonder. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the 2D Mario game that finally got me to understand what all the fuss is about. Filled with charming worlds, excellent level design, and a wonder mechanic that brought a smile to my face numerous times, Wonder is a game that doesn't outstay its welcome and is a joy to play throughout. It's a 2D Mario game that has not only taken on the lessons from prior installments, but also lessons from other franchises in the genre to create a truly wonderful experience. But what makes this game such a joy to play? Let's dive in. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is set in the Flower Kingdom, a neighbouring kingdom of the Mushroom Kingdom, and home to Prince Florian, the Poplins, and those infamous talking flowers. Mario and friends have come to visit the Flower Kingdom to see a demonstration of their Wonder Flowers, flowers with the ability to warp and change reality as they know it. Bowser interrupts this demonstration and nabs the flower for himself, merging with Prince Florian's castle and imprisoning the residents of the Flower Kingdom in the process. With the help of Prince Florian, Mario and his friends set off to collect the Wonder Seeds, defeat Bowser, and return the Flower Kingdom back to its original self. It may sound like a run-of-the-mill Mario story, but once you get into the game, you'll see it take on a world of its own. The first thing I noticed is just how stunning the new visual design truly is. Everything has an artistic flow in Wonder, from the new character models looking handcrafted in nature, to the overworld map looking like a painting and being filled with beautiful vistas. There are 12 characters to play as, 7 normal difficulty and 5 easy difficulty that take no damage, and despite all the normal characters fundamentally playing the same, they are still full to the brim with personality, with multiple wonderful and improved animations, from item pickups to warp pipe transitions, and a variety of new voice lines that despite new voice actors sound just as joyous as normal. It's honestly one of the best looking, feeling, and sounding games to ever be released on the Switch. This wonderful style carries itself further in the main levels, with stunning backdrops, amazing soundtracks, and a real sense of style. There are so many visual elements crammed into this game, and despite some levels per world looking similar, they carry themselves on gimmicks, enemy placements, and bonus areas to truly make every level feel unique. Match this with the talking flowers, who I personally found to be hilarious at times, and you're left with a game just begging to be played. Lucky for us, Mario Wonder plays just as good as it looks. Wonder maintains many of the staples you have come to expect from a 2D Mario platformer. Mushrooms, fire flowers, and swimming all return and function as normal, and the end goal is still a flagpole that can be found at the end of the level. There are plenty of locales to visit too, from your standard deserts and snowy mountains, to shining falls and levels set in the dark like in Donkey Kong Country. The standard controls feel as solid as ever, and fit really well with the stronger level design and more natural level flow. What makes Mario Wonder special though is the sheer amount of new items and gameplay to be found, starting with the 3 new power-ups: the elephant, the bubble flower, and the drill. The elephant was the most prominent during advertisements, and sees you become a large elephant that can jump and smash blocks, and use his trunk to break objects and kill enemies on either side. It's a really fun item to use, and suits the game really well. Next up is the bubble flower, that allows you to blow bubbles in the direction you're facing. This was my personal favourite, as it allows you to kill enemies from a distance and use your bubbles as additional platforms. The drill is the final and least interesting power-up found in Mario Wonder. You can use your drill to both attack enemies and drill into floors and ceilings, which has a few fun use cases, but was mainly relegated to only being used in certain stages. On the whole, the power-ups in this game are strong, and unlike other Mario games before it, I found myself constantly switching it up, instead of just using the same power-up for the majority of the game. The other large twist on gameplay is the introduction of Wonder Flowers. There is a flower hidden in every level, and each one changes the way the stage can play in a variety of ways. Some are underwhelming, such as the coin collectibles or riding bulls through a stage, but the majority of them are a joy to play and really keep the game from feeling stale when moving from stage to stage. One may have you witness a choir of piranha plants serenade you, another may have you perfectly time your jumps to the rhythm of the beat. From walking on walls in a top-down perspective to a variety of transformations that will keep you on your toes, there are some really good moments to be found in the Wonder mechanic. Now, are all these game-changing? No. Are they all such high quality that they could be their own game? Not really. But are they extremely fun and well worth hunting for in each level? Hell yeah they are. The same can be said for the variety of break time stages. The shift away from your standard stages to something more akin to a minigame format. These can be hit and miss, from some awesome puzzles and platforming challenges to awkward challenges and dastardly collectathons. My favourites were the puzzles. From finding your way through the dark or using standard level mechanics to solve shorter puzzles, I feel like they added a lot to the experience. The worst of these are the hide and seek challenges, which have you finding increasingly asinine collectibles within a given area. Some of these are utterly miserable, and only made bearable unbearable thanks to the help of multiplayer ghosts lighting my way. Did I mention this game has multiplayer? Well, it comes in two forms, local and online. Local multiplayer is your standard experience, with the crown system from 3D World returning, but the collision of the new games being absent. The more interesting addition is the idea of asynchronous multiplayer. Mario Wonder at its core is a Strand-type game. I'm sure Kojima is thrilled. At any time during a level, you can see up to 3 additional strangers interacting in the same level, and together you can find secrets, solve puzzles, and even revive each other if you can interact in a given time. The game also has standees that you can place in levels, allowing you to save other people from perilous locations and increase your score in the process. It's honestly a great mechanic, and I really like the way it blends into the normal gameplay loop. You can also play with your friends in a similar way if working with strangers isn't your style. The final new addition is that of badges. These aren't exactly new to 2D platformers. In fact, if you've played Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair, you'll find this mechanic very familiar. There are a variety of badges to be found in Mario Wonder, which can be obtained by either purchasing them from a Poplin shop or completing a corresponding challenge level. These badges act like modifiers to the game and can provide your character of choice with a variety of different abilities. These range from the mobility type moves such as the parachute cap and double jump, to starting each life with a variety of abilities. They are honestly pretty fun and are used to create some challenging platforming puzzles. I just wish they were more useful in the main levels themselves, as bar from the high double jump and parachute, I hardly found myself using the other abilities outside of the mandatory sections. It's not all positive though, as I still have a few gripes with the game that I feel need mentioning. Boss battles in 2D Mario games aren't fantastic, and this game is no exception, replacing the Koopalings with repeated fights with Bowser Jr. that are all pretty forgettable. The same can be said for the occasional ship levels and the final few Bowser levels too. They all feel repetitive in contrast to the standard levels found within each world. My final gripe is that, as always, some of the collectibles are in stupidly obscure locations. They are better than prior entries, but some still had me questioning how on earth I was supposed to find them without the help of others. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is yet another example of how Nintendo are masters of finding fun and creative gameplay concepts and mashing them into a package filled to the brim with charm and personality. Wonder is an exceptional 2D platformer, filled with crazy concepts, a wonderful score, and levels that are made to be replayed again and again. The Wonder mechanic rarely gets stale, the badge system provides plenty of options to suit your playstyle, and there are some deviously crafted levels that will provide some challenge even for veteran platformer fans. It's creative, clever, and sometimes crazy, and I loved every single moment. From the singing piranha plants in 1-2 to finally rolling credits around 12 hours later, it was a joy to play. I can easily say that Super Mario Bros. Wonder is a must-play for fans of the genre and is an amazing send-off from what is expected to be one of the Switch's final major releases. I never truly loved 2D Mario before Wonder, but it has shown me that there is still a place for it to shine in the modern gaming landscape. Maybe the new series has jaded me all these years, but with a little bit of passion and a lot of smart ideas, this reinvention of a gaming classic is truly wonderful.